Hello everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. This is Yusuf Chowdhury, digital marketer coach here in San Antonio, Texas. Okay, so I appreciate you all for joining right now. Hello, Michelle, how are you? Sherry, hey, Nika, how are you? Good to see you. Good. Let's see. And yeah, there you go. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining tonight. I appreciate it. Kim, how are you, Kim? How are you doing? Let's see. All right, I Heart Music. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Nadia, thank you for joining. Kim, how are you? Look at that. Hearts. Oh, Zef. Salam alaikum, sis. How are you? It's been a while. I haven't seen you. What have you been up to? Huh? Hey, Lori. Thank you for joining. Black. Let's see. I'm just trying to see some of these name is hard for me to pronounce. Musa, thank you for joining. All right, cool. So thank you for joining tonight. And October was crazy. Zip said October was crazy. I see you in Arvin Scope. Yes. Yeah. Arvin. Yes, Arvin is awesome. I'm doing great, Kim. Thank you for asking. Hey, Nika, how are you? Good to see you tonight. Wow. Look at this. Look at this. All night workers. All right, cool. So let's get on the topic real quick, because if you missed the... oh, that's nice. Ziv, I was on a speaking tour and DC project. Excellent. Marvin LeBlanc is in the house. Teach us, Yusuf. Teach us. Okay, Marvin. Basically, Sam, thank you for joining. Me and Fusa did a blab on the topic of Google Webmaster Tool. So if you missed it, make sure you go back to Twitter or go back to Blab and check the replay. So one of the main questions that I think this person by the name of Erica was asking a lot about, how to block certain pages on your website. Because if you're having a Frosty, good to see you, man. If you're having some type of membership program or a paid product that you don't want it to be indexed for people to find it on the search, that might be an issue. Does that make sense? Seventh Tone, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So if you are new, or if anybody's new, give it 5 minutes, just watch for 5 minutes and see if there's any value from this scope. If you think there's a value, make sure to follow me, or you can click on number 9 right here and share it in Twitter and Facebook. So let me talk about quickly. This is part 1 on what is Robot.txt file. So let me go ahead and flip the screen, okay? There you go. All right, so when it comes to search engine optimization or on-page technique, and now we can fast forward to get the good stuff. Yes, you can definitely fast forward. Is it been released on the iPhone too? I know on the web browser you can fast forward and rewind, and also on Android. I'm not sure if they released it. Did they release it on the iPhone as well? Judy, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Okay. So tonight, okay, awesome, cool, excellent. So, excellent. But is there any way to share those? If there's no way to share them, then please go to my catch.me/yusufchowdhury. Okay. I want people to share it. Okay. So here we go. So what is robot.txt file? So you can take a snapshot if you want to save this. And this is really done through your web hosting with conjunction with the Google Webmaster Tool. So the robot.txt file, what it basically does, it tells the search bot to basically block certain pages that you don't want it to be shown on the search result pages. Okay, like for instance, hey Laura, thank you for joining. If you have like a membership pages or some sort of paid product, hey Barry, good to see you. Thank you for joining. You don't want to show that, or you don't want anybody to basically download it for free. So you have to use this robot.txt file and add the link that you want to tell the Google search bot or Bing or any other search engine out there to basically block it from the search and not allow it to be indexed. So that's what the robot.txt file stands for. It's basically, you can open a notepad and add those command lines, okay? It's a little bit technical, but I'm going to show you what they are. For today, I'm just going to talk about the definition and why it's important, and tomorrow I'll continue with part 2 and give you more example. missing you in your group. Where are you? Where your ears are burning? Well, I'm sorry, Barry. I've been extremely busy taking care of clients because it's almost the end of the year almost. So a lot of project coming in, and we have to do some sort of follow up and whatnot, and training our team. That's why I've been missing in action. But I'll be there. No worries, I'll be there. So that's what robot.txt file stands for. So if you want to take a snapshot, go ahead and take a snapshot and tweet it if you want. Sonia, Michelle, how are you? Thank you for joining. We're talking about what is robot.txt file, which is part of the on-page SEO element that you have to use in order for you to block certain pages. When we were doing a blab on the Webmaster Tool tonight, one of the attendees basically shared with us that her paid page was exposed publicly, which means anybody can find it and download those products without she knowing it. Does that make sense? So a better option is using the robot.txt file to prevent those pages to be indexed by the search bot. So that's what the robot.txt file stands for. What is it used for? Well, let's see. Why we must learn about the robot.txt file. Hey, Mortgage Law Firm, good to see you. What time is there, Barry? Oh, Barry, okay. So it's part of the reason we have to know about this, because it's part of the on-page SEO implementation. That means when you implement on-page SEO on your website, you have to know this. Secondly, if you add incorrect, blocking tags, that might cause some issues for your site. We have seen some clients where they switch their SEO services, let's say to our company, and the previous company that some of our clients that they weren't happy with, unfortunately, some of them used some sort of link to block the search engine from indexing their site, which caused the deranking. So stuff like that, we need to know it to make sure that nobody's messing up with your website, okay? And 3, it is mentioned in the Google Search Console guideline. That means when you study the Google Webmaster Tool implementation and guidelines, they highly recommend that you need to implement the robot.txt file. Okay, why? Because the robot.txt file can control how do you want the search engine to basically view certain pages, index certain pages, or block them. Like for instance, a contact page. If you don't have anything there except the form, then what's the point of making that website rank or be visible on the search? Does that make sense? So if this thing makes sense to you guys, go ahead and press number 1. If this does not make any sense to you, go ahead and press number 2. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay? Anybody? There you go. So Kim says she understood this. Awesome, because she's genius. She gets it. I hope everyone gets it too. I know it's a little bit technical, but no worries. Tomorrow when I do part 2, it might clear some of these definitions. There you go. Vanessa, how are you? Good to see you, okay? Now, do you need a robot.txt file? 1 or 2. If you want, there you go. Do you need it? So the question is, do you want to block certain pages from the search engine bot? As I mentioned previously, if you have some sort of a product page or something that you don't want people to download it for free, you can block it. If you have duplicate copies on your pages for like A/B testing or testing certain pages, you want to block one of them because you don't want to get deranked for having duplicate pages, so you can de-index or block some of the similar content within your website. Okay. If you're on Google, if you want to follow the guidelines, of course, you need to use it. And if you are developing a site that is live, but you don't want the search engine to index it, you can definitely use the robot.txt file. Okay, so let me show you some of the examples real quick, just very basically. So there you go. So typically, when you open a text editor or a notepad, if you, what does the user agent mean? User agent basically means your browser, okay? User agent means your browser. And this abstract basically means what? It tells the search bot, look, any browser, Google, Chrome, Firefox, Explorer, any mobile devices, when they visit the website, they're allowed to view it. Does that make sense? So that's what they are. So that means your website is going to be searchable on different browsers without any blocking. Now, typically, this allow, it is exactly similar to allow. That means if you use this, or if you use allow and this, okay, if you use either this or this, you have to use one of them, not both. That basically means you're telling the search engine to index every single page on your website, okay? And you don't want to do that. You don't want to index every single page. Why? Because let's say, for instance, WordPress. When you log into WordPress, you definitely need what? You definitely need the WP-admin to log in I don't want to index that page because, that's a login page. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? So, for instance, one of the basics setup thank you, Cynthia. One of the basic setup when you install a WordPress, you need to make sure that you're going to block the search engine to index this page. Why? Because it's a login page. You don't want that page to be searchable by the search bot. Does that make sense? The second option is this one you never want to do. If you leave this /, that basically means what? This means you are telling the Google search bot, do not index, do not crawl my site or whatsoever. Okay? So you don't want to use that by itself. You have to make sure that you have to put a link after it, which is like here, for example. Yes, even Robot needs inspiration. So for example, I want to block the gallery page. I don't want the gallery page to be indexed by the search bot, whether it's Yahoo, Bing, or Google. Okay, this is what I'm going to use. It's the same thing, similar to putting WP-admin. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, another option right here. Let's say I told the search bot to block this page, but guess what? Under the gallery, I have another file that I don't want to be blocked. So what you can do, you can click allow and mention that specific file. So that basically means everything within the gallery folder or gallery page or link is blocked except this. Does that make sense? So this is what you do with the Robot.txt file. It's a notepad. You upload to the server. Then you have to use a Google Webmaster Tool to test it and make sure that it's set up correctly. Okay? And last but not least, I highly recommend to visit this website. It's called Varvy. Let me go ahead and copy this. Barbie, like Barbie. Okay, so there you go. If you go to Varvy, Yusuf is mine. If you go to Varvy, go ahead and put your website right here, and it will show you if you're following the Google Webmaster Guideline, which is working, which is not. The one that is not been set up correctly, then you have to go ahead and fix it. Okay? You sound like a good guy, Eric. So there you go, folks. That's about it. I just want to talk about this quickly. What is Robot.txt file? Tomorrow I'm going to continue talk about it a little bit more, maybe give you more example until this sinks in your head. Okay? All right. So any more question, folks? Make sure you take a snapshot for this link right here and go ahead and put your website. It's part of a guy. Your digital pod. Thank you for joining. So make sure you go ahead and save this website, varvy.com. As soon as you save that, go to SchoolNet Architect. Thank you for joining. He's had his hands all over my website. But knows too much. Yes, it's good to know too much, right? So go to this website, Varvy, go and put your website, and it will tell you whether you're following the Google Webmaster Guideline or not, okay? So there you go. All right, folks, that's it. That's it for tonight. Hopefully, this was beneficial to you, and I hope it makes sense. If it doesn't, make sure you send me a Twitter message. Is this applicable for blogs? So yes, for everything. It's applicable for any site in general, but you don't want to use it for the blog because you don't want to block. I don't know why you want to block your blog post. This is mainly for certain pages or membership or certain pages you don't want it to be indexed or be visible publicly. Okay, for instance, one of the most common question I get for people that have a membership site, sometimes they sell a digital product within their website. You don't want that to be visible publicly because if anybody can find it, they can download it, without even joining the program. Does that make sense? Or if you have a duplicate pages, let's say the sitemap, you want to basically block the whole sitemap, you can also do that. Wait, what about Kajabi product? Kajabi, you have Optimized Press, you have a wish list, you have like 10, 20 membership sites out there. Okay, so Kajabi, they have their own platform. So double check the link because it's not built within your own website. They have a more option to probably block it because it's secure. I prefer that. Me personally, I recommend getting a membership site that you have a full control, because with Kajabi, it's within their platform. I think there's another platform that does. I don't like that kind of stuff. I want to make sure that I have a full control in my website so I can keep all the traffic with my own. That's just my recommendation. Like free report, yes, like the free reports, like the opt-in. Yes, Kim. Yes. Yes. Yeah, for your WordPress website, I think if you use Kajabi is different. You're putting everything within the platform. So I'm assuming they have to block some of those information. Really appreciate your scope on SEO and Google. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Really, which list is open? Are they? I thought they're also secure, like Optimize Press. Just double check. How you gonna double check? You just go to Webmaster Tool. I'm sorry. You can go to your website using Yoast and generate XML sitemap and see, excuse me, which links are visible and which are not. That was from Sonia. She gave me this gift. Okay. What do you think about Teachable ClickFunnels? Again, they're all similar. There's so many out there, Santi. There's so many. There's so many membership. There's a Zippy course. There's so many stuff. So my advice is, before you even get into all these membership plugins, first make the product what you want to teach, then decide which platform you want to pick. There's even a free version of membership site from WordPress that doesn't cost you anything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anything else, folks? Any more questions? Any more questions? Are we all good? Are we all good? Are we all good? Yeah. So don't forget, I know Periscope has this feature. You can rewind and forward. That's fine. But I still recommend that you go to Catch Me. Okay. Go to catch. Oops. Here we go. Go to catch.me/yusufchowdhury. Okay, so catch.me/yusufchowdhury. Okay, so once you go there, you can just click on any on any Periscope, and of course you can forward and rewind, but you can also share them and embed them. Okay, so yes, engagement is the king. So make sure you share them if you're going to play the replay, and if you want to embed it on your website as a blog post, feel free to do so as well. If you don't want to use Catch Me, you can still go back to the Periscope and check the replay as well. It's up to you. But I prefer if the content can be distributed and shared everywhere. Does that make sense? Okay, now if you missed, Queen is the queen. We love to talk. We love to talk. All right, so let me show you. If you missed the blab, I think there's a replay. So this is the blab for tonight. As you can see, we're goofing around. So when you click on the link, right, when you go to my Twitter, just look up for this blab and you can watch the replay. Okay? You can watch the replay. We talked about how to use the basic of Webmaster tool, okay? Google Webmaster tips for newbies. So check it out, okay? Just go to my Twitter account and look for these sort of images, then you would know the link is somewhere right there. All right? All right. All right, thank you, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're most welcome. Yeah, check the blab, check the replay. And again, if you want to watch any replay, go to catch.me/yusufchowdhury and share them through your social channels in Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Reddit, and embed them on your website if you want to. If you want to blog about it, this is what I learned from this guy today, and boom, there you go. There's the video right here, and I learned this from this guy. These points. This is going to help you with your blogging material as well. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Yes. Or YouTube, you have a zillion videos. Yeah, possibly, yeah. If you want to take this video and download it and put it on YouTube, I don't mind, to be honest with you. Go ahead and do that. Just make sure that you give me a credit back to my website, okay? It's all about sharing, right? This information has to be shared. Yes. It makes sense, makes sense. Thrice. Not once, not twice, but thrice. So good to see you, you digital pause. I haven't seen your blab for a while. We should get together. Okay? I know, because by the time you blab or Periscope, you're like 4 a.m. in the morning. So we got to do that. But I hope you like the Robot.txt stuff, because I know you guys do SEO training as well. When did you start blabbing? I started like 8 p.m. Central Time. That'd be awesome. Let's blab your digital pause. Let's blab. Let's talk about all these technical stuff, because a lot of people don't know. When I did the blab, one of the situation, an attendee got freaked out because I showed her sitemap, and she was like, 1 second, this is not supposed to be in the sitemap. I'm like, well, you got to do the Robot.txt file stuff, right? Or in using the yoist, you have an option to use new index on the pages. Even after doing that, I still recommend people to set up the robot.txt file. Okay. All right. Anything else, folks? Any more questions? I'm going to leave. I'm going to stay for 5 minutes if you have any question. Okay. Yes, your digital pause, this awesome dude, okay, Suresh, they have an institute in India that actually teach digital marketing, and I've seen some of their Periscope. He does a very excellent job, and in fact, he's been in a couple of conferences and events, even in the state. I remember his video with Matt Cutts from Google, so the guy knows what he's talking about, okay? So they have an awesome training going on, and if you ever get a chance, follow him. Check out their Periscope, check out their blab, because all they do is just digital marketing, okay? All right. There you go. Webmac Academy in Bangalore, India. What to do, not to do. Okay. See, we can make that joke. All right. I'm gonna be in trouble right now. All right. Anything else? Anything else, folks? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? All right. Cool. So thank you so much for staying tonight. And if you have any question, send me. No. No. Okay. All right. Very good. So send me a question through Twitter and use. And by the way, if you ask any question, hey Kim, just use this hashtag so I can search for you. There you go. Just use this hashtag Ask Optimization Guy on Twitter and just ask anything, whether in Facebook or in Twitter. Ask any question and use the hashtag Ask Optimization Guy. And I'll follow up and I'll use that as a response through Periscope. Fair enough? Okay. All right, folks. Yes, Ask Optimization Guy. Indeed. You're most welcome. Thank you so much, Morgis Law Firm. Thank you so much. Based on the request, a lot of folks asked me to do like a 1-day site analysis. So I'm going to probably do that once a week. Look at your website, give you some feedback and whatnot, okay? Cynthia, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for the heart. Appreciate all of you. And again, if you have any question, if you need any help, please do ask, and I'll be more than happy to help you all, okay? All right, you all have a good night.